Welcome back to REV Endurance Sports and another edition of Bike Profiles. Today I have Michael with me and we're going to run through the bike spec for this Holland with headline news is basically a Holland with a Force mullet group set. So let's kind of run through the bike spec and why you chose what you chose and why you built this bike up in the first place. So let's do a little bit of history. Why did you build this bike in the first place?
Built this bike to do long distance riding and basically traveling by bicycle.
Okay, all right. And give us, because I have all types of riders watching this channel, give us some perspective of what you call long distance riding.
I'd say probably 60 plus miles a day
Okay.
in the saddle.
And then going how far per, in the cumulative sense, day after day after day, how far would you want to go?
Probably max 100 miles, maybe not, if any more, then I wouldn't be able to see anything.
Right, yeah, okay, because you got to take a little bit of time to
Take a break.
look around,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so the Holland, what does Holland call this frame? Do they call this, is this part of their gravel lineup? What
I
would
would say
they consider
yes.
this?
This is absolutely a custom frame built to my short stature, but it was made for loaded bicycle touring.
Okay.
So this thing had racks front and rear loaded up with
Yeah, 'cause
about
I
50
see-
pounds.
Yeah, I see some rack mounts there.
Yep.
And I guess the fork would have some as well.
Mhm.
Now, you're being modest about your short stature because you're not only short stature, but you have a disproportion between your inseam and your torso.
Yes.
And you are the classic. I often say, well, most people don't need a custom bike, but you are the classic person that does need a custom bike. So take me through that custom process. How long would you say that took? A few months, 6 months? How long did that process take from the time that you went in to see them to the time you got a bike frame delivered to you?
Yes. So went in, scheduled an appointment, got fitted
Yep.
to a adjustable bicycle. They
Yep.
they had me bring in a bicycle I've already ridden
Okay.
and went from there. And it took them about 3+ months.
Okay.
They've done some CAD work, edited that out, made sure it was for final approval, and then all the fitting was done by Cody.
Oh, I know
And-
Cody. Yeah, Cody
and-
Stevenson.
Yep. And
Yep.
then Bill was the one who built the frame.
Yeah, Bill. All right, so let's start breaking down some of these components, some of the spec on here. So you have, as I mentioned just a second ago off camera, you have this GoPro mount, and you were filming quite a bit of stuff. You said, right?
Yes.
Just about any time you went out to ride, you filmed something, right?
Yeah, a lot of point of view from the bicyclist's perspective on the road.
Yeah, yeah. Are you a storyteller? Do you want to eventually load all this up and make a movie out of it, or?
Probably some clips here and there just to show. I basically rode from Eugene, Oregon to St. Louis, Missouri,
Okay.
and yeah, just want a snapshot in time of how road conditions were in the area at a certain point in time.
Sure, sure. And actually, let's talk about why the bike came in the first place. You had a stuck front brake piston, and after a few basic things like cleaning and trying to reset the pistons, eventually what fixed it was a brake bleed. So just wanted to cover that. So we have SRAM Force brake levers with a Force power meter crankset with a GX Eagle derailleur, or GX, which is from the Eagle lineup. So I think I noticed this to be a 38 chainring, is that correct?
38, and it's oval.
Yes, it's a wolf's tooth oval, which, by the way, I love this chain catcher situation here. And then, do you know what your cassette is? Is it like a 1051, or what is that?
It should be a 1052.
1052, okay.
Helped out with the climbing.
Yes.
Loaded.
Loaded. How much would you say you had when you said you were loaded? I mean,
I believe it was about 50 pounds extra on top of the bike.
50 pounds extra.
Definitely
Jeez.
packed too much.
What's that?
I packed too much.
Oh, well, you know. I guess you brought the kitchen sink along with you.
Yeah.
By the way, I love these bells. They have, I mean, listen to that. How long that rings. I love these bells. Yeah, they're amazing. I've mentioned this many times on my channel. Please get a bell. It's the most polite way to alert someone that you're coming up behind them. Aero bars, did you get a chance to use those much?
Just a little bit. It was, I'm not used to using aero bars, but
Yeah.
it was, Cody set it up to where I'd be comfortable
Yeah. Yeah.
and have a different position on the bike.
Well, that's the idea. And you got a good little rise here, so it should be okay.
Yes.
To get into them without much fanfare of your back and all that other stuff. Okay, what's this guy here? I'm not familiar with what this is.
I believe it's either B1 or B2 component. It's underneath the top cap, and it's so you could route straps through.
Oh.
And I believe I had that for a feed bag set up on both sides.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay, yeah. These feed bags here, which someone else that comes through the shop says, you gotta get yourself one of these bags. They're awesome. You can put your phone in there. You can do whatever. And this Revelate bag opened up on me, but I like the way this clasped. That's pretty cool. Okay, now this fork, it is massive because you have 38 tires on here, right? Is it 38?
Yes, 38C.
Yeah. So what is this rated for?
I want to say it's rated for possibly it's maybe more than 45. I'd have to look it up.
Yeah.
But the fork has more clearance than the frame does.
Yes, no, it definitely does, because I noticed that back here, you don't have as much clearance to go any wider. I mean, maybe a little bit, but if you got some mud out on the road, you're gonna start jamming some stuff in there, especially the Midwest type stuff. Okay, so 38 tires. Let's talk about that tire choice. Why did you choose 38s?
So those are actually like my road comfy setup.
Uh-huh.
I have a set of custom wheels that were made. It had a Sun Dynamo front hub.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna. Okay, that's a great.
Yeah, had Astral rims, and the rear free hub was White Industries.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Sun Dyno hub, then you had a White Industries rear, and then Astral rims.
Yes.
And then what did you have on that as far as like tires or whatever?
I had a Schwalbe Marathon.
Marathon.
So it was absolutely indestructible.
Yes.
It was really slow.
Yes.
And heavy, but it was indestructible.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. The marathon is a trade-off. If you want to ride through, a minefield, you're going to be fine. But it is kind of slow. Okay, the the EE Silk seat post, that's a good choice for doing anything, like riding from Oregon to St. Louis. Do you get a chance to feel much shock absorption there?
I want to say I did.
Yeah. Did or didn't? I'm sorry.
I did.
It did. Okay.
Because
affirmative, yeah.
On just a regular seat post, I think I would have gotten wrecked in some off-road sections.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And so you were on some off-road sections. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I was in some off-road sections in Idaho, and also took the Katy Trail through Missouri.
Missouri. Okay. And tell me, what's the Katy Trail? Is that
It's a
rails to trails?
It's a rail trail.
Okay.
I believe it's possibly the longest so far in USA in terms of it being connected.
Okay. Okay.
But I know there's another rail trail that they're trying to build or create across USA right now.
So I didn't notice if this could do fender.
Yes.
Didn't notice a fender mount.
I did. So they don't have fender mounts, but I used an SKS. It's a certain
like the
type
race
of fender.
blades or something?
Yeah, it'll strap onto the seat stays, and other ones would strap elsewhere, and it was fully fendered up.
Yeah. So what wheels are these? I see a lot of Hunts, but I just don't know their actual models.
Yes, that's a discontinued Hunt gravel wheel. It's a Limitless 42.
Okay. So So limitless.
Yes.
Okay. And then do you remember anything about the internal external measurements on this? Because this 38 does balloon over it.
Yes. I don't have it off the top of my head. It is still listed online.
Okay. All right. Has it been working out for you? No broken spokes, no anything like that?
Surprisingly, it has. Pretty much me and all my housemates, we just run, funny enough, all hunt wheels.
Okay.
So I'll eventually throw some gravel tires on this thing and take it off-roading.
Yeah, yeah. You mentioned the Sun Hub. I didn't get a chance to ask you, when you were doing this St. Louis, Oregon, St. Louis trip, did you run power off of it to charge like your lights, your phone, or anything like that, or did you credit card tour it?
I did stay mostly in motels,
Okay.
but I was charging on the go, mainly a power bank, and I was using it to another power bank that was fully charged to power the GoPro camera.
Okay, okay.
And had a dynamo light set up on it, but
Yep.
the mount broke when I was in Wyoming.
Oh,
So I had to throw that in the bag and had to use
that's pretty early on,
blinky
actually.
lights. Yeah, I used some blinky lights all the way through.
And do you monitor your power when you're riding, or do you ride by heart rate, or how do you ride?
I ride by heart rate and power,
Okay,
and I try to keep it in zone 2.
okay.
But you can't
50
really have.
pounds plus 20 something for the bike.
Yeah,
70 pounds of stuff. Yeah. And did you ride these flat pedals?
I use the clipped inside.
So you use the SPD side?
Yes, and just use the flats in case had any sort of foot discomfort.
Yeah.
We'll just flip to the flat side.
Nice, nice. Well, anything else that maybe I didn't mention that you'd like to kind of say, oh, I picked this because of this?
Just because I had the custom frame, I ended up going with a Rogue Panda custom frame bag. And
Okay.
that was amazing because it fit perfect, and I was
So
able to throw
how
a
much
bunch of stuff
how much of
inside.
the space does this take? All of this?
Entirely everything. I basically, when I had this in bicycle touring setup, I
Yeah.
ran it without the inner water bottle cages.
Oh, okay, okay.
So it filled the whole frame, inner frame area, inner triangle.
Gotcha. And then one last thing before we go, I noticed you had a kickstand on there,
Yes.
and I bet that was very useful for parking the bike with all that gear on there.
Yeah, it may not look cool, but it was useful.
Yeah. Sometimes practicality is much more important than aesthetics. Well, Michael, thank you so much for taking the time to talk about your bike. I'm sure there's a lot of folks out there who will find some curiosity in your build and your trip as well. So thank you for your time. And for everyone else, please like and subscribe, and we will see you up the road.